Hi folks, welcome to this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion Take 5. I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon and thanks for joining us. Today on our segment we're going to be visiting with new Chief of Police Brandon Berryhill. Chief, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I am very excited to have you here. You started your new position back in October and I just wanted to ask you a couple questions to find out how things have been going. Before I do though, how's the family?
Everyone's doing great. My daughter's in her junior year at TU, studying English and history and getting ready for the LSAT for law school. And my son's a senior, so he's wrapping up his year with pride and looking forward to auditioning for his colleges for maybe some music scholarships or whatever else might come down the pike.
You know, one of the things that impressed me about your candidacy was the fact that you and your family are so ingratiated within our community. And as I mentioned to you then, and I want to mention to you now, I'm very appreciative of the fact that you guys do so much within the community. I think that's great for not only as a citizen, but also as our Chief of Police. You know, I wanted to talk to you today because you did start your position officially as Chief of Police, you know, back in October, but you've been with the department for over 20 years. And so my first question to you is really, what have you been up to since you took over as Chief late last fall?
Well, we're trying to take stock of what's important to us. You know, there's a culture for Broken Arrow PD. It's really geared towards customer service. We're meeting with all of our department managers to relook at where we want to go forward, making sure we keep that customer service orientation on our mindset. Knowing why you're doing something really helps you into making sure that you're keeping that track in the right direction. One of the things that we're looking at doing is to make sure that we're extending our outreach to the community, making sure that contact is strong. We just instituted a new public affairs officer, Michael Peele. He's going to take over the Citizens Police Academy. Anytime that we can get someone out in uniform with the public in regular situations, it increases that trust level for us.
What about James Cook? His role, is he still going to stay PO? Because I really like the job that he's doing for us.
Yeah, they're actually going to complement each other. So we got Officer James Cook and Officer Michael Peele. James is the PIO. Michael is the backup PIO, and he's going to be more ingrained with homeowners and public events, but they're going to back each other up. So we're looking forward. We got some ideas for them, some exciting things in the future that they're going to be out in the public and maybe some media issues, and we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be great for the department.
I'm very excited about the team that you're putting together. You know, you've been on the job once again about 90 days. Have you made any changes or have you updated any policies or something to do with operations? Let the community know what you've been focused with.
We've been focusing on ingraining in our new recruits. We have recruits that are in the academy and some that just recently went out on the street. It's important that they understand what the expectations are. You know, there's some things that we do here that maybe other agencies don't really respond to, and it's very customer service oriented for us. And we are becoming a very young department. You know, 50% of our workforce now has been on less than 5 years, 6 years, and which is great for the staffing. But sometimes you can lose your focus, and we want to make sure that we're re-emphasizing what's expected, that customer service aspect, and getting back out in the neighborhoods. We've done some minor policy changes, but we want to make sure that we're not doing any radical changes. We're just making sure that we're doing things correctly, getting ready for reaccreditation, all those types of things.
You know, one of the things that we talked about during the recruitment process is the importance of leadership, succession planning, not only making sure the chief is ready for day-to-day operations, but making sure those folks in those mid-level management type positions are ready to go. What are we doing to make sure that our officers have the opportunities to lead and that they're ready to take those positions when they become available?
One of the things we've been talking about lately is our mid-level managers and really good executive level training. It's always good to be good at something, but unless you get outside your comfort zone and go to some training with other people that have different experiences, it's hard to learn just internally. And so one of the things that we have in our budget is to make sure we've accounted for really high-level training for our mid-level managers and our executive staff.
I'm very thankful for that because we need folks ready to lead when those opportunities present itself. I mean, you were promoted to the position of chief, and we're going to be discussing the deputy chief's position soon, and that's going to cause that chain reaction of opportunities for those. So I'm excited to see what your plans are. You know, if you had to sum up what you believe the biggest challenge facing our department today or law enforcement in general, what would that be, Chief?
Well, I would say for us, of course, budgets and staffing, it's an easy answer for everybody. But really the growth of the town, I keep a map in my office, of original plot map of Broken Arrow back from 1938, and it reminds me of how far the town has come. And, everybody needs high density housing, increased traffic flow, all the new neighborhoods that are coming in. But it's important to establish what is expected here. I mean, it's like going over to someone's house that keeps it very neat. You feel compelled to keep it neat, and we want the new residents that come in to understand that it's a safe community, and we expect their help to help us keep it safe. And so garnering that smart growth with the city, that's important to us.
You told me a pretty cool story is that there's something you do with all the recruits whenever they start their tenure. Why don't you tell the public what that is, unless it's a secret and we can't share it?
No, it's not a secret. So normally the night before the academy starts, I go out with my wife, Sheris, or one of the kids, and we get just mason jars. And I didn't grow up in Broken Arrow. I moved here when I graduated high school. I graduated college, excuse me. And so we take these jars out and we put a scoop of dirt from every four corners of the city and one from the police department. And we give it away to the recruits. I talked to them about the importance of guarding your own backyard. And this is their piece of the backyard. And I want them to treat Broken Arrow as if it was their hometown. And most of them live here. Most of my officers live here. And it's a way to tie them here, that it's a bond that we all have, and it's important. I teach the first class. That's the first thing they get from me is this jar dirt. And it's kind of silly, but I think it's meaningful.
I think it is very meaningful, and I like to tell that story whenever I get a chance. I'm going to wrap this up with just one other question. Obviously, you have one of the most important leadership positions in our city, not just within the organization, but within the community. So talk to the community about what they can expect from you and your leadership team in 2018 and beyond.
We're going to, again, focus on customer service. We're going to get back into the neighborhoods. We want to make sure that we're ready when the new neighborhoods come in and some of these apartment complexes that are coming in. One of the big things we're kicking off with Cook and Peele, and we're fighting over who's going to be Cook and Peele, or Peele and Cook, whatever.
It's kind of like Starsky and Hutch?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm going to let them figure that out. But we're actually going to have an English as a second language resident academy. It's really important for us that if no one calls us, we don't know there's a problem there. And we need to make sure that we're establishing the trust with our residents that maybe don't speak English at all. And so it'll be the first one we've ever had. It's going to be about 20 people. It'll be a buddy system. So you bring your own interpreter. Any and all languages are welcome. It's going to be a slow process, but we feel like it's very important. It's something that we're looking forward to moving along, and Officer Peele is going to be helping ramrod that, and that's something that we're looking forward to for years to come.
You mentioned that to me a couple of months ago, and I was really excited to hear that, and I really appreciate the job that you're doing and the communication that you have with us internally as well as within the community. That basically wraps it up. Anything else you'd like to finish up with, Chief, before we close?
Broken Arrow is a great place to be. I've been here since 1994. It's a great place to live. We've enjoyed the community, and it's just exciting to see kind of what's coming in. And every day there's something new, and I think it's all positive.
Well, that's it. I want to thank Chief Berryhill for joining us on this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion Take 5. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Until next time, take care, and I hope to see you around town.